Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 6 of this Let's Play Kaiserreich. This is, of course, the mod for Hearts of Iron 4, where we are playing as Germany, the army with a state. And we are starting to militarize, because war has broken out. We are now fighting against the French. The French were trying to annex a piece of Switzerland. We said, nuh-uh, and declared war. Which, with hindsight, might have been a little bit silly, seeing as they have probably 110 divisions, most likely, to our 89, bearing in mind that a bunch of ours are spread around the world. We are fighting on two fronts currently. We are fighting against the Polish over here, but I think that Poland won't live very long, and then we can start shifting troops over into this flank. We are at war with France and Britain at the moment. Oh, and what was it called? Socialist Republic of Italy. Austria, our former friend, and still possible friend for the future, is at war with most of the Balkans and with the Federation of Italy, so that's not a war I particularly want to get involved in right now, so we haven't made any entries to them. Meanwhile, over here in the USA, the Civil War has broken out, so we have California, the United States, which is like the regular USA, the combined syndicalist states of America, and the American Union state, which was like the Confederates, plus I've just noticed New England have also sprung out, and New England are part of the Entente. They're actually aligned with Canada, which is kind of interesting. So from this overview, I think that the United States is the biggest army, but they are really struggling industrially. The Confederates have the smallest army of the three, by quite a long way, but they have some industry. And then the Syndicalists have the most, in fact all of them have kind of naff all industry. The Syndicalists have the most potential and the second most division. So right now the United States probably has the upper hand, followed by the Syndicalists, followed by the American Union. But you never know really what could happen there. California is neutral, so is New England. Elsewhere in the world, we have the three-way civil war in Spain. So we have the Kingdom of Spain, who we are supporting. We're trying to prop up Alfonso XIII of Bourbon, being a fellow monarchist. Then we have the CNT-FAI over here in Barcelona. And they are socialists. They are probably going to win, just because they have so many more troops compared to the others. And then over here we have Carlist Spain, who is a military dictator. Paternal autocrats. Yeah, I mean, politically we're probably the most aligned with them, but ideologically we're most aligned with them. Politically, we're most aligned with these guys. And we're totally against them. We are shipping weapons, or we have shipped weapons to the Kingdom of Spain, but we've kind of stopped. Now, one thing which I have been reminded of is, well, not reminded of, but we have no manpower. That is our biggest concern right now. We have 47,000. It does not go up very much, and we are quite a long way away from getting militarist revival, which is when we get rid of the negative national spirit, which is losing us 25% recruitable population, something like that. Quench militarism, yeah, minus 25% recruitable population. So we want to get rid of that, and the way you do that is militarist revival, which also then gives us renewed militarism, which not only gets rid of the 25%, but gives us a further 5%. So we want that as soon as possible, just so we have the manpower to actually fight back. However, Germany does not stand alone. We do have some puppets of our own, including, for example, the Kingdom of Ukraine, and they can give us troops. So I'm going to have a look at the... Oh, Ukraine's not in this list. Really? Are you just an ally? You're not a puppet? Oh, you're just an ally. Interesting. So the Ukraine I could call into the war. Okay, in that case, who are my puppets? Who would have the most population? Lithuania is pretty small. Flanders, Wallonia, I don't want to get them involved just yet. Ruthenia is these guys? They might. United Baltic Duchy, East Asia, East Africa, and then Crete. Let's have a look at kind of population. So you don't have very much. Lithuania, Probably even less. Ruthenia. Ruthenia is definitely going to be our population centre. So what I think I want to do is Ruthenia. We're going to have a look at what troops you can produce. So just regular infantry and infantry with fire support. We do produce artillery, so we're going to copy that, and we're going to start training some of you. We really are that short on guns. Interesting. Yeah, our industry is kind of far back as well. So France has more troops and more industry than us right now. 27 military factories to our 25. 40 factories to... Actually, we have way more civilian than France does. So we have the potential to industrialize way quicker than they do. But right now we haven't. What we do have is naval superiority. We've taken it in the Mediterranean. We're blocking the whole of the Baltic, so they are not able to land troops here because we have superiority. And also in the Red Sea, we control that. And then over here in Asia. So that part of things is quite good, although they don't really have any colonies. So their fleets will be far more concentrated than ours are. We could go after the Channel. I don't really want to risk that just yet. Oh, the other thing is we have our submarines over here now. So we can have you guys on convoy raiding. And I think we're going to do that here, here. Just those two would probably do it. In fact, we could probably get the best results just off the Iberian coast. But I'd also quite like to trap any supplies coming through the Mediterranean to France. Alright. Who are you? Why are you not pushing? Oh, you're Swiss border, okay. You're the French border. And you're the Belgian border, just kind of standing by in case they do decide to go after Belgium. And then the Polish front should be pushing. Guys, just starting to take the land. If there's no one there defending it, just take it. And that will give us a lot more fronts on Warsaw, and then we can concentrate our firepower far better. Also, you, stop attacking that and cut them off. Alright. Are we still killing submarines? We are. Marvellous. And we are killing that unit of militia which spawned behind our lines. Space-wise, we control the home area. Cool. So nothing has happened yet, and I kind of suspect that the war is going to start very slowly. We are still industrializing, they are still industrializing, they have been trying to raise their organization because I think we caught them while they were still training. They weren't expecting me to call their bluff, and I did, because I'm still fairly confident about being able to hold out here. But I also need to be very aware that they are pretty strong. Ah, construction 2, marvellous. And improved machine tools, so that's going to really boost our industry, which is lovely. Get more production. I don't think we really need production. What is it? 37. Those are 38 techs. Those are 39. That's 39. That's 39. Can't start working on those yet. I don't really want the advanced battleship. We're already working on that. Okay, in that case, I think we're going to go after radar. And excavation 1, I guess. We literally have nothing else to research. It's only August 37. Alright. Yeah, just take this stuff. Come on. If I didn't have to leave you here, I would move you. In fact, you should also be attacking. I'll need to keep an eye on this. Oh, we're losing that fight now. Oh no, we're winning. Why are you two not getting involved? You're in Poland, right? Yeah, you are. Get involved. Where are you lot running to? You have access through Galicia Lodomera? No, you don't. You were just running that way. In which case, do this. Cut them off. And you block, stop these guys from doing anything. Now if we can take Warsaw, that would be immense. I still want you lot attacking this stuff. Reconnected. But we're cutting across, it's fine. They're dying off. Excellent. Once that's dead, then all of these troops will be reassigned over onto this side. We are crushing across. Yeah. Yeah, you're allied. Yes, I will take your troops. Thank you, Ukraine. And Ruthenia. No, I'm not going to take your expeditionary forces. But those Ukrainians we can certainly make use of. Have the French started coming across yet? No. I'm just going to go and put you in the Belgian front. Because that is an area I'm a little bit concerned about. The Swiss area is in the mountains. Like, it's hard, it's easy to hold. And we can always send more troops in to support them if we need to. Warsaw will fall soon. I'm somewhat surprised that we haven't won this war yet. So, apparently, Warsaw is just worth a lot of points. Because it is going to be the last place that we take. Fantastic, okay. Because yeah, we did call all of our allies in the war against Poland, but we did not call them in the war against France. Can these guys get in anywhere else? No, I don't think they can. We are losing convoys. We lost a big battle here. Oh no, we won, sorry. We lost one destroyer, they lost 3 light cruisers and a destroyer and 2 submarines. Excellent. I approve of that, and lost another submarine. So we are bleeding them of resources. Warsaw's fallen. How have you not capitulated? Do you literally have 100%? There we go. I want the whole thing. And there we go. We have taken Poland, which means that these guys can now be reassigned over onto this front, which is awesome. I'm going to call you the France South Commander. And we will put you not on the Swiss border, that's just silly. Come on. Up to the river. And once you're in position, then we'll move this line up, and then you can reposition over there, and that way we'll make sure that everything is properly guarded. Okay, so we got another 5 military factories from the fall of Poland, which is lovely. What do I wish to do with them? Guns. I think we just need more guns. And, right, we can get self-propelled artillery. I don't think we're really in a position to exploit that just yet. Are we training these guys? We are now training those guys. And we have a surplus of guns, so we're going to add a couple more units of Ruthenians. We've got our first Panzer unit. Interesting. Where is he? Or have we? I'm not seeing him. Oh no, that's just saying it's the first group has already been dispatched. Right then. Okay, I'm very happy with that result. That was fantastic. And we are trying to get the political power up so that we can switch our economy to war economy. Now that we can actually switch to that, seeing as we are at war with a big enemy. And that's going to massively increase our industrial output. So kind of fighting this very defensive war right now is absolutely working in our favour. Okay, France front. You guys have arrived. Let's rejig your positioning and put you here. There we go. So now I have a pretty big army on the French border, which makes me very happy. Still sinking their submarines. How many ships do you even have, Britain? 140. So I definitely massively outnumber you. I'm really tempted to start putting some ships in the English Channel. How many troops do you have? 60. So an invasion with just 20 wouldn't be enough, because I'm going to assume that most of your forces are still in Britain. 7 submarines, 2 submarines, 3 submarines, 1 submarine. I think we may have just caught their submarine fleet trying to pass through the Mediterranean. 2 more submarines. So yeah, basically the Union of Britain's fleet are submarines. Because we are sinking them hard and fast. And they're not doing much damage to us at all. Our soldiers are marching through the streets of Warsaw after the Polish army surrendered early yesterday afternoon. Polish Republic becomes owner and controller of those. They do become a puppet that way. No, I'm going to say we're going to take them. Because I want this industrial land. Now, part of the reason for that is if I was at war with the rest of the allies and I had the opportunity to puppet them, I would do so, because that would basically nullify any resistance issues that I have over here and would generally give me access to way more population and that type of thing. However, because they were in a separate war, we have annexed them, we have no resistance problems because they have been completely dominated. They have no chance of allies coming in and bailing them out. So we have complete control over there, so there's absolutely no reason not to annex them right now. Although I do quite like the puppet system, but it's just not the time and the place. Especially as I can now invest in and upgrade the industry of that area. Ah, here comes the French assault. It's looking pretty solid everywhere. A little bit shaky over here. But yeah, okay. We should still have absolute air power. We do. Marvellous. France is looking a little bit nervous about your chance of winning that. Romania took 3 states. Iron Guard Romania was annexed. Excellent. So this is the Romania that we liked. Because it wasn't Iron Guard who was saber rattling a little bit too much for my taste. Ooh. Big fight going on here. Concentrated Industry 2. So that's quite a lot more production, though otherwise it doesn't help us too much. I guess we could start working on a doctrine. Or on some of these. You know what, we're going to work on the Signal Company. Now, one of the benefits of Signal Companies is they actually increase the speed. Well, that is a fast battleship. Signal Companies increase the speed of planning growth. So your plans are set more quickly. The oil of Palesti. After Romania's defeat in the Buck Creek, we were promised control over the rich oil fields of Palesti. The former leader of Romania, Codro, nationalised the oil fields a few years ago with much fanfare. He didn't dare stop the oil shipments. Now with the monarchists back in power, it is time to remind them to honour their commitments. Germany does indeed demand their oil shipments. You are being pushed in a few areas. I think I probably do need to beef up the Swiss defence a little bit. How are we doing in material? Still fine. It's tanks and fighters that we're low in. And oil. Manpower's not hurting. Well, it's hurting. It's really, really hurting, but it's not hurting too much. I think I want to add some of the Belgian artillery divisions to Switzerland. I'm going to take a bit of a risk that they're not declaring war on that. Can you please? Well, thank you. Over there. Alright, are we still sinking subs? We are. I think I might switch my Mediterranean fleet to patrol. So we're more likely to find their submarines, and we're also more likely to find their convoys. Romania continues their oil shipments. As expected, the Romanians didn't dare defy our mighty empire. Plus 20 political power, and opinion of Romania is increased. Now that has given us the political power to shift to total war. We could go for total mobilization, but that does cost us 3% recruitable population, and population is a problem right now. So we are switching to war economy, That is giving us a massive boost to military factory construction speeds. Oh, they have completely changed how that works. Conversion cost is lower. Consumer factory goods is lower. Hang on. Should I have just gone to partial mobilization? Oh no, that's conversion. That's 2% increase build speed. Okay, so they've taken away the civilian factory build speed. Well, it reduces the amount of consumer goods. Okay, these laws aren't as good. But considering we were civilian economy previously with the minus 30%, now we've lost that. So technically, it is a 30% increase in build speed. So we should get these things done more quickly. Well, we need to finish up the synthetic refineries first. But after that, we'll get the civilian factories. Okay, we are winning everywhere except over here. I'm going to put 2 of you in here. And I will need to kind of watch you. Because, yeah, you'll be put into that fight. Okay, so you are now over here. You should be bolstering that a little bit. There we go. We go green. Still flickering a little bit more than I would like. But we are winning pretty confidently everywhere. That makes me very happy. We are still positive national focus. I think now that we've changed our rules, we can go for military expansion. We lost a little bit of political power. We are still generating it. And we lost that because we had a focus which was already partially done. I'm actually quite impressed by how stable all of these wars are. Ooh, United States, you may have lost a lot of men there. And I was worried that you would be losing troops as well, but you actually seem to have recovered some of your borders. Jewish immigrants from Algeria. The military junta in Algiers has become increasingly hostile towards the Jewish population. While many Algerian Jews have decided to emigrate to Palestine, others have decided to try their luck in Germany. The Reich and the German people welcome them. Pisses off the French. Loses us a lot of political power, which is a little bit dangerous, but it does give us the free manpower. Madagascar gets an additional civilian factory. Doesn't cost us as much political power, and it gives us less manpower. You know what? I rate the civilian factory. We're going to put them in the colonies. Right, hopefully, let's shift you two over here, because it is a little bit concerning just how hard they're hitting this spot. Although that's probably because you are not actually mountain. No, you are not. The Dominion of Canada has declared war on the Union of Britain. Interesting. So the Entente has just declared war on our enemies. They did not declare war on us. Well, clearly Britain wants to make Britain British again, which I think is a fantastic idea for a future series. Playing as Canada to retake Britain. But yeah, that has happened. Interesting. Meanwhile, we are holding the front pretty easily. War of the Atlantic, Canadian intervention. What started out as a mere incident caused by a show of force by the British Socialist Navy has now devolved into outright war across the Atlantic. The Union of Britain has declared its goal of spreading syndicalism to the nearby state of Ireland, which prompted an intervention by the exiled British Royalist government in Canada. The navies and air forces of both belligerents are already being mobilised, and the first shots have already been fired in the Irish Sea. Experts believe that the intensity of this conflict could be limited due to the large bodies of water separating the belligerents, but has nevertheless raised world tensions to new heights. Yes, it is 59%. Although the big boys are already fighting, so... Have the Mongols done anything else? They're still fighting these guys. Have you not died yet? You've actually got a fairly substantial army for your size. Probably about 20 men. You've got about 30. Oh, one of the commenters linked me to an article about Mr. TMZ Genghis Khan II. He's real. Like, this actually happened. Historically. Just not quite so successfully as now. Non-aggression pact request from the Dominion of Canada. Yes, I will accede to that. And from the Austrasian, and from the Caribbean, and from Ireland. It's only a non-aggression, they can be broken. But right now I have my hands full with France. But France will fall. France will definitely fall. Now this is just costing them manpower, and it's not costing me very much at all, which is lovely. How's the equipment doing? Just fine. We are still training. I want you to train faster. Come on. And I think you guys... Oh, you have to be trained over here, don't you? In Palacy, I think, would be the best option. You keep on finding this French navy, and they never stand around. Is that French or is that the Italians? Oh, that was the Italians. Right, yes, different flags. I mean, it would actually be pretty easy to just push back and try and surge across the border with how low they're sending their organisation. But attacking is generally more expensive. Nepal, sure. And from New England, absolutely. So if I were to import oil, from whom would I do it? Pacific States of America? Wait. Oh, from them. That would have a long way to go, but these guys don't have a huge navy, so that's not impossible. Or from Mexico. I think Mexico might actually be the better option. Venezuela, Romania. Romania would be through the Mediterranean, which I dominate. We're going to buy it from Romania. Alright, time to actually invest in our warship production. Whoa, how have you guys broken through? Well, that's annoying. But now we are fighting in the mountains proper. Messerschmitt, so we have heavy fighters. It is still November. Alright, let's get excavation 2. Don't really need it, but we'll get it anyway. That's the Swiss counter-attacking. Not the best use of your resources, honestly. Yeah, the Swiss can definitely do with some more troops. Hello. Non-aggression from the French Empire. And from the Dominion of Liberia. And from Dominion of India. Sure. The Austrians, I think, have pushed through the Italian resistance there. That is a very annoying push that they managed to do there. They took a bunch of mountains. I didn't think that this was going to give up so easily. The Republic of Afghanistan. Sure. I don't know what the Russians are doing. Are you in the Entente? No, you are completely unaligned. Viktor Chemov of the Social Liberals, or maybe the Social Democrats? I'm not sure who you are. Social Democrats. You have a big army but a terrible industry. So yeah, Russia could play a bit of a kingmaker here. Most likely to align with the Entente, I feel. You're not very radical at all. Although I don't know what the communists are going to do, if the communists are actually on the ascendant in this timeline or not. We're down to 9,000 manpower. Jeez. What manpower law are these guys using? Service by requirement already? Interesting. Okay. Man, they are really hitting the Swiss front hard. I guess that this is only the forested area. That's urban. Okay, that'll be hard to take. And then you are hills. Yeah, I don't mind being pushed back so much from there. It's interesting that they're hitting that area so hard. We have no fortifications along this border whatsoever. This is just fighting in plains and forests and stuff. We're down to the 9,000 manpower. It's definitely draining. I think it is time to bring in some more of our minions. Let them die for us. So, who's next? Actually, Deutsch Mittel Africa might have quite a lot of troop potential. Yeah, Deutsch Mittel Africa could have huge armies. Let's start training some of those guys. Mittelafrikanische Division, that's 3 of those. You have tanks and motorized. I don't think I really want those. I think we'll train the Mittelafrikanische. And we'll get you guns as and when we can. We will set you to deploying here. And we should have pretty much control of the seas by this point. Though we don't control the English Channel, so we'd have to come in through here. Which I believe is still possible because we are neutral with you. Yep. They're really pushing the Swiss hard. Do I have troops that I could reassign to the Swiss? You need a different colour. We're going to make you pink, so you stick out a bit more. So I keep on thinking some of these guys are Swiss. France South. Let's get some of your regular infantry divisions into the Swiss front. Off you go. See if that helps. We're about to lose that forest, but that's fine. I was kind of expecting that to happen. Now we have no manpower. We also have no national focus. We need new weapons, and then we need contacts with Mauser, which gives us free military factory. And allows us to get the Mauser Work Company. And then, yeah, militarist revival. New weapons. While the German army has the greatest soldiers in the world, it must not lag behind in equipment. Even the greatest soldier will have a hard time defeating a better equipped enemy. That is true. Ah, I'm seeing French bombers now. Or are those mine? Those might be mine. The AI really doesn't like using its air force. Again, might be manpower. So you have a big air force, bigger than mine. You're about to fall, but then I think we can hold the line at that point. Because it'll be... this will be the soft spot. And that's a victory point spot. How are the Swiss doing? They're fine. We've lost 40,000 men, the French have lost 263. I would say those are pretty good odds so far. The Brits have lost basically nothing. The Italians, I think, have pushed the Austrians back. The Austrians are really struggling against Hungary, but Hungary did have a pretty big army, so I'm not that surprised by that. Anyway, I think that this is a pretty decent stopping point. We have some plans to make, but honestly, I am perfectly content just holding the line and letting our industry rumble into power. Because this is an industrial war, and if anyone knows how to do industry, it's Germany. So, thank you very much for watching. Oh yeah, the aftermath of Black Monday. That's the other thing really slowing us down. Once we have the militarist revival, we definitely need to focus on these to get rid of the Black Monday. And then our industry will chug to life. More than it already has. Thank you very much for watching. If you are enjoying this series, then please do hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, then please do consider subscribing. And if you have any tips or advice for me, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.